Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about James Morgan and how all these months later, I still despise the pick. Before we get started today, I just wanted to say that you can follow along with me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY if you haven't already. You can also check out the podcast. New episodes are dropping every Wednesday. You can call in, leave me your question. I'll try to get to it on the show. And last but not least, maybe check out the Patreon for some bonus content, patreon.com/Matt O'Leary NY. Links are in the description below. So yesterday, the New York Jets decided to roll with Joe Flacco. Sam Darnold not good to go. But James Morgan was not active. They do not even trust him to be active, which shows that he is really the fourth quarterback on this roster. It goes Darnold, Flacco, White, Morgan. He is fourth right now on the depth chart, which is fairly low considering where he was taken. He was taken in the fourth round, the 125th overall. He's already 23 years old. And what I didn't like at the time was that this was a developmental pick. The Jets did not have and still don't have the luxury of taking a developmental swing on a backup quarterback in the fourth round. With the number of holes still on this roster, there were players available that could have had more of an immediate impact because we knew that Morgan was not going to get on the field this year. And that's still without considering the multiple Darnold injuries, Flacco being Joe Flacco. Like, White is the backup quarterback now with Flacco as the starter. It's crazy that Morgan can't even get dressed. He's not even on the field as a backup to the backup. 3 picks later, Gabriel Davis, a wide receiver who was taken by Buffalo, was taken off the board at pick 128. Going into this past Sunday, he had 275 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. Sam Darnold has 3 passing touchdowns on the season. I'm not saying Davis is setting the world on fire by any stretch of the imagination, but wouldn't you rather him as wide receiver number 4 than guys like, I don't know, Jeff Smith, Vincent Smith, the corpse of Hogan? Like, we go right down the roster, and they did not have enough depth at the wide receiver position with the number of injuries, and people were banging the drum. I did it on the live stream. Green Bean, Ryan, Gangrene David, we all wanted another wide receiver to be taken because it was such a deep wide receiver class. Instead, they go with a backup quarterback, and his ceiling is to be a backup quarterback. They were not taking him to be a starter because, one, at the time, the plan was to continue to roll with Sam, which we were all cool with. Now, at the disaster of a season this is, you're most likely taking Trevor Lawrence first overall. So best case scenario, he is a backup quarterback, but I'm already getting scary Christian Hackenberg vibes. Yes, it's different because Hackenberg was taken in the second round, completely different, and it wouldn't be as big of a miss as what Hackenberg is, but this pick still, to me, feels like an absolute waste. At the time, it felt like a waste, and now as we're at the halfway point of the season, he still can't even get on the field to dress as a backup to Joe Flacco. This feels like a complete whiff. And you look at other guys who went in the fourth round that have some starting experience on the offensive line. Tyler Biadasz has started 4 games at center for the Dallas Cowboys. Jack Driscoll started a couple of games for the Eagles at tackle. Have they been phenomenal? No, but at least they are getting on the field and providing something to those teams, while James Morgan has done nothing. We don't hear about him at all. We know he has a big arm, but that's absolutely it. The same thing was said about Christian Hackenberg 4 years ago at this point. Like, what good does it really give you to run Joe Flacco on the field? Forget whether you're pro-tank or anti-tank. That doesn't matter. 35-year-old Joe Flacco does not mean a damn thing to this New York Jets team. He's not going to be on the team next year. He's not, and he's not the future. If he is, which I really don't think he's going to be, it's as a backup role. James Morgan, you're hoping, is a long-term backup. So wouldn't you rather see what you have in him down the stretch than the 35-year-old who you already know what he is? And it's not like he's played phenomenal football even. He's struggled at points this year, and the team is not winning football games. They're really, 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 really bad. Really bad. What is the point? That's what I want to know for all this. Why do we continue to run Joe Flacco out there and White as the backup when you cannot even get Morgan on the field, who was taken in the fourth round? Again, the pick made no sense at the time. We're now halfway through his rookie season, more than halfway through his rookie season, with him unable to get on the field. It's a complete and utter waste. It's driving me absolutely nuts. And wouldn't you rather see what he has? Wouldn't we rather see what Cameron Clark has? To me, Clark not starting is bananas. It's not like we've gotten anything really great to show from on the left side in Alex Lewis. I don't think he's a long-term solution. Van Roten's been shaky. He's been a little bit better recently, but I like a lot of what Joe Douglas did in the draft. The first 2 picks seem great. Ashton Davis, I think, can be a starter. Bryce Hall, I'm intrigued to see more of, but the Morgan pick sticks out like a sore thumb as a complete whiff. Did not like it at the time. Still don't like it. I really don't think this is going to work out for the Jets. This feels like someone who's going to be out of the league in 3 years, and we're going to be looking and saying, what the hell were we thinking taking this guy in the 4th round? But that's going to do it for me on this video. Let me know in the comments down below what your feelings are on Morgan. Do you agree with me? Do you think this guy should at least be getting on the field to dress to see what this kid's all about? I don't know. I just feel like we're wasting our time with Joe Flacco. But let me know in the comments or on social media. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.